Hey everyone, Geek Master here with a small pickups video that I previously mentioned in my last video, random pickups number 6. I wasn't planning on making this one yet, but the game I was waiting for arrived, so I've got all the ones I was expecting, so I figured let's get this video recorded, especially as I'm still waiting for the potential Nintendo 64 game. So I'm just changing the order a bit to what I sort of suggested in that last video. So, there's 3 games here, and they are all exclusive Japanese games, which I bought to use with my Japanese Wii, which you may remember me getting from an unboxing video back in December. I've got 2 Japanese Wii games already before these, which are Link's Crossbow Training and Pokemon Battle Revolution. However, they're out in English. I wanted games that were out only in Japan, because to be honest, otherwise what's the point in having a Japanese console? So I've got these games. They all cost roughly £10–12 each, so I'm really happy with that. Let's get into the games. The first one will probably be the most familiar to people, although I wouldn't be surprised if you don't recognise any of it as such, but the general concept I'm pretty sure will be familiar to a few people, and it is this one. Super Sentai Battle Ranger Cross. And as I'm sure you can tell from the name and the look of it, yes, it is a Power Ranger game. But it is based on Super Sentai, which is the Japanese version and from which Power Rangers is made. As in, they take Japanese footage, throw in American footage. That's how it's made. And this game, as you can tell from this bit, is actually a 35th anniversary game. Or at least it's based on the series, which was the 35th anniversary series in Japan, which also tied in with the West's 20th anniversary. And that is this team here, who I believe in English were called Super Mega Force, and they basically had the power to use all the powers of all the previous teams. That's the anniversary bit. And the cross bit as well. Crossover. So, you get to use these 5 Red Rangers from previous teams. So some of them might be familiar to you, depending on how much you've kept up with Power Rangers, but I'm pretty sure that one won't be. That was Mega Force, the team before this. Samurai, the team before that. That's RPM, the team before that. And that's one of the very, very old ones before even Mighty Morphin got made in 1993. Talking of which, the 30th anniversary special, Once and Always, is out. Well, today on the day of filming, the 19th of April on Netflix. If you're a Power Ranger fan, especially an old one, watch it. It's got some original cast. Looks really good. Can't wait to watch it. So, as you can see, got the Megazord, or whatever it's called in Japanese, I'm not actually sure. And basically, you get to do fighting, which, to be honest, I don't know what else it would have been, really. Being Power Rangers, Super Sentai. It's made by Bandai Namco, which is a surprise. I know they had something to do with it, I think, in Japan. I think they released a lot of the toys as well, if I remember rightly. Could be wrong. Yeah, you can see footage here where they're fighting monsters and that. And my name's a bit creased, and the disc is upside down, but there it is. That's a cool disc, actually. There we go. Quite like that. I haven't kept up much with Power Rangers over the years. Watched the originals, that's why I'm looking forward to the anniversary. It's a big Japanese thing. Saw it listed, it made perfect sense for me to get it. At least I'm familiar with some of it. And that's my first game. The other 2 are actually different types of games, but are actually from the same franchise. And I think these are the only ones that were made for the system. Although there are others on other systems, I do believe. And they relate to the manga/anime series, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which might be familiar to some people, I don't know. Basically, she has powers that can warp reality, and she's interested in the supernatural, time travel, aliens, that kind of thing. And basically, because she can warp reality, her friends and all these things like aliens try to keep her life entertaining so that she doesn't get bored and end up warping reality and kill them all. Yeah. I think there's plenty of spin-offs. I've got some of the manga, I've read it, but not for a while. But it's a series I'm familiar with, and saw one of these from Alan's Japanese Retro Games, and while looking up Japanese Wii games on eBay, found the other one, and then did a bit of research and bought them both. So the first one is Haruhi Suzumiya no Hiretsu, or the parallel of Haruhi Suzumiya. I can never say her name right. Haruhi Suzumiya. There we go. There's the front, published by Sega. And here's the back where you can see she's a pirate. Arr. I mean, arr. And from what I can tell, this is an adventure game. So, yeah. And it's on a boat. It's on a boat. There's the game in the disc. Yeah, so it's an adventure game. You go around talking to all the people on the boat, solving mysteries. So, could be fun to play. So I can speak some Japanese, but not loads. So that should be fun. Yeah, it's got all the other extra bits in it as well, actually. So, Club Nintendo code. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and this one is Haruhi Suzumiya no Gekido, or The Turbulence of Haruhi Suzumiya. One day I will perfect that. And this one's a dance rhythm game. And as you can see, it's not published by Sega. Yeah, look, there she is, along with other girls. I can never remember their names. There's the disc. Not actually too different to the other one. Manual's obviously quite different. And I do like the fact that she's actually holding a Wii remote as well. That's quite a nice touch. And again, random leaflets. So, yeah. So this one's a dancing rhythm game. This one's an adventure game. It's a series, as I said, I've read a bit of, but not for a while, but been tempted to get back into, and I think these might have just given me the excuse to do that. So I've been looking for some new anime to watch, manga to read, and good choices, isn't it? But yeah, as I said, I think like about 10-12 quid each for all of these. Although this one, although it worked out, I think a little bit more, maybe like 15 or something. This one came from Japan itself. These two were already based over here, so quite happy with that as well. It's nice to actually get a game from Japan. So yeah, they're my latest Japanese Wii pickups. I'm going to try and get more for the console. I'm looking for exclusives, but kind of got my eye on like the manga anime based ones. But I want it to be series which I enjoy and are familiar with. I mean, like I said, I'm not overly familiar with Haruhi, but at least I've not just know it, I've had some interaction with it, and I didn't mind what I did get out of it. But there's other ones I know have games, Bleach, One Piece, but them series never really caught my interest. Never really got on with them, so I'm not so bothered about them. This one at least had some interest, so I thought, why not? Also, it's a lesson. It's not a not known series in the West, but I don't think it's as well known as Bleach and One Piece. But there is definitely one game at least I do want, which is a Negima game. So I don't know who knows the Negima. It's written by Ken Akamatsu, who did Love Hina, and features a 10-year-old Welsh magician in Japan with who's a teacher to a class of 31 girls, including a ghost, a vampire, and a robot, and others, but I can't think who. And they fight each other. So yeah, I kind of want that game because it's a fighting game, 4-player. Kind of gives me vibes of Power Stone-ish, but I'm sure it's not as good. But I know the series, I know the characters. I want it from the Wii, so that'd be one of the targets, I guess. But that's a bit more, 25, 30 quid, I think. That sort of game, but I'll see what I find. If I find Zelda, other Pokemon ones I don't have, then I'll probably pick them up anyway, because I like Pokemon Zelda. So, yeah. But yeah, there you go. 3 exclusive Japanese games for the Wii for my collection. Super Sentai, Ranger Cross, Haruhi Suzumiya no Gekido, and Haruhi Suzumiya no Hiretsu. Do you know of any Japanese Wii exclusive games? And if you do, please let me know, because I'd love to know what to look for. Otherwise, there's a massive list for me to go through, so any help's appreciated. But otherwise, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe even learned something new, who knows. And I will see you soon with a new episode of Cake Master and a new pickups video featuring games that I acquired from friends, and hopefully soon the N64. But for now, I will say goodbye to you with my sticky uppy hair right before I go to bed, and I'll catch you soon. Bye. May the geek be with you. Always.